name is Mello. Back to give y'all, man, the Mellow world, you feel me? Here with the royal children of the world to bring back the real emotional and mental qualities that is natural to the spirit. Okay. So, it's Jupiter Day, you know what I'm saying, Thursday. I'm doing this early morning, so forgive me if I'm kind of quiet or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to get this in real quick, so whatever the case may be, this is just me taking action as far as doing the work beforehand already, which you don't have to, you know, use us always as a bad example. We can use the ones that are actually, you know, presenting the ideas and expressing the energy as a form of currency in this moment in time to present potential possibilities of improvement, or you see what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Yeah, today, Jupiter Day, you know what I'm saying? Significance would be that, so, since, okay, Sagittarius is in the moon, we're gonna be expanding our bodily experience as far as what we emotionally reflecting on in Cancer, in the Sun, as far as what we trying to expand on through our metaphysical travel of the emotion that we're reflecting through our body. Okay? So we're having a bodily expansion with our emotions through metaphysical travel of Sagittarius being in the moon right now. So that's kind of like not no conjunct with Sagittarius. So he's just, as far as that, we transforming and initiating and creating a new way of seeing, healing our spiritual path and our personal value of interests or issues. Have the power of influence to do that, and also as well as fixate and keep consistent and expressive way of love and appreciation for what you value. Power of influence to adapt and change dreams, delusions, faiths, and beliefs, and build on the reality of the imagination's fantasies, belief, dreams, and delusions through our dreams, imaginations, faiths, beliefs, and fantasies, and delusions, as well as power to influence initiating and creating a new way of relating and compromising with desires, fears, embarrassments, and comfort, safety, and security. As well as power of influence to keep and fixate a structured way of expressing unique and individual passions and motivations of our gifts, talents, and our values. What basically we are semi-sextile one would be the vibrations, transformations of our vibrations. So we would be about transformating the actions in home, family, privacy, and domestic matters in a vibration of communicating love, appreciation for value, and consistent expression of character, and also expression that vibration and from the actions that we were provided with our emotions and our emotional reflection. So expressing that vibration as well as expanding and learning and communicating our environment, our vibration of actions in home, comfort, familiarity, and initiating new comfort. Emotional reflection, passions, motives with individual uniqueness of gifts, talents, and values, appreciation, and the vibration of expanding and integrating, communicating, creating environment, being able to adapt, all express, dreams, delusions, faith, beliefs, and building on the reality of our imaginations, beliefs, faiths, and illusions. The power of control and to be controlled in associations and associates. The vibration of transformation within that would be building our faiths, beliefs, imaginations, and expressing our dreams and delusions. Okay, so there we move on from that to the sextiles. Then we're gonna be pretty much moving to the frequency of creating our creations, which would be basically this is going to be my template too that I'm going to be putting out also as well, as far as the way you can see astrology from your point of view and your own chart or your natal alignments, as far as what you have to as an individual spirit, okay, to work with when it comes to us comparing ourselves to the world around us, our environment that we're creating. Our solos, spirits, and coming together all to create an environment. So we're gonna be communicating about and creating our thoughts around would be actions in familiar, comfortable, home, private, and initiating and creating a new emotion in the frequency of the creation of our motives and our passions and uniqueness and individuality within our fixated ability to be consistent with our gifts, talents, values, and appreciations. The sextile to Pisces from Taurus, that one is will be a reality where, because we're basing where we falling at in Uranus with our gifts and talents and everything, and our being unique and individual with it. We're using that to create the thoughts of our dreams. And Pisces being in Saturn, of course, and of course Neptune, that's already on the menu as far as we having Neptune be, you know what I'm saying, going retrograde as well, which that's gonna, you know, be the main focus, because we at home there. We gonna be like mainly focusing on actually bringing this into reality, but not having it be so expressive as to where we falling back on what our past responsibilities was from where we came to this point now, from all the way looking back. Now that we're looking back from where we came from, we just taking that responsibility and making it a reality, making it actually fair to say, yes, we're taking care of the responsibility, so we have nothing to worry about now. And that's gonna be the dream coming into reality here, as far as our gifts and talents being fallen in Uranus, which is rebellion. And you see what I'm saying? So motives, passions, and uniqueness, individuality within our fixated security, stability, and being consistent with, you know, type gifts, our talents, and our appreciations. Is going to be frequency of the creation is going to be building on our reality and dreams, imagination, space, and beliefs within expressing and being adaptable and changeable to our dreams and delusions, faith, and belief. The Jupiter and Cancer and Leo, Mercury, Venus sextile is going to be expanding where we being adaptable and changeable to learning in our communicating, creating in our environment, and it's going to be the frequency is going to be the expression, the creation of the frequency is going to be in the expression of fixated way of seeing and expressing individuality and communicating love, appreciation, love, and relatability, because it's going to be in Leo and Venus, right? So we still going to be being relatable, but we still want to express ourselves. So we still going to love what we expressing, but we trying to like bring the love in on us. Like, we love everybody, but we love ourselves too. So we still trying to put that ego in a balanced position right there when it comes to the sextile with Gemini. And that's why we expanding on our learning, and we're learning how to better create an environment for us to communicate and express that while still being adaptable and changeable to what is also being created around us as well, which is what we our thoughts of what we expressing and stuff of that nature. So Aries sextile to Gemini and North Node and Chiron to Jupiter is initiating and creating a new way of seeing ability to transform okay, our pain and suffering into healing and pleasure, because of course the Chiron with the Aries right there, that's going to help us be more personal about our interests and stuff in our spiritual path when it comes to us resolving those issues that we have in our, maybe if it was to say, normal life outside of whatever we do at work or whatever, when we go outside and get out of the home, and that's also our personal life. So our personal life consists of our personality, as our first house. So Aries, of course, will be passionately and motivates us, what gets us going, and what we're personally invested into, and our value that we see ourselves is, and that's what we're interested into. When it comes to the sextile right here, we're going to be communicating that in an expanded and learnable way. So we're going to be creating our frequency of that personal value through expanding, being able to be adaptable and changeable to expressing, or being adaptable and being changeable to experiences, and communicating and creating creating our environment. Okay, and then what also we're going to be, what we creating our frequency around is the power and control and associations and associates, being fixated in communication with Pluto and Aquarius sextile, my bad, sorry about that. Chiron and North Node Aries for the frequency of the creation to initiate and create a new way of seeing our spiritual path. So that we're actually taking our individuality and we're communicating it in our passionate way and stuff of that nature. So since we're creating our mind around that, you see what I'm saying, our frequency around the personal interest in healing our spiritual path and going for our ability to be have power and influence. So Leo sextiling Libra in South Node, and Lilith is going to be fixated in consistent way of seeing, and expressing individuality and communicating love and appreciation, value, and relatability. And we're going to be creating our frequency around that fears and the desires and embarrassments, that we always are doing, you know what I'm saying? Which is going to be what our vibration is. So we're always in the vibe of, that's what we're attracting and stuff of that nature. So that's going to be what we, our comfort and security and safety within is going to be all due to what we have built in our relationships at this point with our expressions and character and stuff of that nature. So frequency of the creation is going to be in a relatable and comfortable way of talking about communicating fears and desires and our embarrassments with, you see what I'm saying? So with our relationships. So, and yeah, I would say, okay, and sextile sextiling Libra, Sagittarius moon, safety within the relationships is going to be getting thoughts around metaphysically traveling in our mutable and our adaptable way of seeing and creating emotional reactions in our responses. You see what I'm saying? Which also Sagittarius is going to be sextiling Aquarius and Pluto as well. So that's going to be with one of the, I feel like for this time being that we're going through, preparing for the new moon, it's fucking about to end this right here, but yeah, well, I guess I'll go ahead and run through this. And Capricorn full moon and stuff of that nature, we're gonna be experiencing balance when it comes to our emotional reflection and our physical experience in our home, family, business and status. So we're gonna be, you see what I'm saying, building up to that through this. We're getting prepared through this. This is what's helping us gonna be, you see what I'm saying, spiritually protected through that metaphysical travel of our expansion, basically, of our communication and our transformation of vibration. Now we can move on to actually the experience, which would be the Cancer aspect of it, the squared aspect of it. So we gonna be having our emotional experience be tied around the for the most part metaphysical travel of seeing and being adaptable to creating emotions, reactions, and responses, emotional experience of spiritual transformation and building on reality and dreams and imaginations, delusions, and expressing dreams, delusions, and imaginations, fantasies, faith, and beliefs, which that will be the emotional experience from what our metaphysical travel is going to be. That's our metaphysical actual reaction and response right now. It's going to be through Cancer being at home, being in the sun, and being that we thinking about home and family, domestic issues right now. That's why we're going to be expanding through our emotions, and you see what I'm saying? Because we got a sextile between Cancer and Sagittarius, so that expands our emotional awareness when it comes to metaphysically. You see what I'm saying? Metaphorically, we are already traveling mentally, so through us doing that, we're already getting, you see what I'm saying, to the dream kind of in a way. So the dream, that's what's gonna help us emotionally experience that metaphysical travel. Okay, so that's what we're building on the reality of it. So what else I have here? So okay, and with the dreams, emotional experience is gonna come out of would be of expanding of the square to Gemini from Pisces, and Saturn and Neptune right now, squaring Gemini and Jupiter would be from the frequency of creation, getting expanded from the square to Sagittarius to Pisces. See what I'm saying? Oh, no, I'm speaking wrong. Okay, I got mixed up with my template, so this is what I'm saying. The square from Pisces and Neptune and Saturn to Gemini and Jupiter, that's going to be expanding our emotional experiences when it comes to, in a way of communicating what we actually already learned, and now we we're coming back already to our point of view where we are able to reflect on it now. So this is our emotional reflection of our actual dream that we're having through communicating and expanding and going out playing that throughout that experience in the square right there, from the debilitated state in Jupiter, Gemini, to that home state of Pisces and Neptune. And that right there is pretty much, hey, no, that's not all the emotional experiences we're having. We also got the let's see here. Solar expression. Okay, so we got the square to Pluto in Aquarius and Mars and Uranus in Taurus. So that's going to be our celestial creation of our fixated communication and taking power and control over associations, associates, and public through our emotional experience. We're going to be in the vibration of our transformation. So this is our celestial and vibration square right here, which is the expression of, not the expression, the emotional experience of our celestial creation, which would be the vibration of our transformation in motives, passions, uniqueness, and individuality, and self-esteem, gifts, values, talents, appreciations, and which that would lead to being a square from Leo to Earth, from Taurus and Mars and Uranus and Taurus, to Leo and Venus and Mercury. So that's, see what I'm saying? Interesting right there in itself too. So, because we're gonna be experiencing our emotionally experiencing our solar expression in communicating love, value, and appreciation, and in expressing our character. So you can see how that's gonna be. You see what I'm saying? The main thing that we're gonna be for a little while longer, okay, till Taurus gets out of Mars and stuff, because that's gonna be that, you know what I'm saying? We still gonna and then have Leo and still squaring Taurus and Uranus, and for a little bit longer until, you know, Leo and gets out of Venus and Mercury and stuff like that of that nature. So we're gonna be seeing a lot of expression when it comes to our solar ability to emotionalize what we practically value and stuff. So that's that square right there. What's going on right there? Then from that, we would have Aries, Chiron, and North Node squaring Cancer, Sun. So that's going to be our power and influence to transformate our pain into healing and spiritual path, and our personal value of interest and emotional experiences and emotional reflection. It's going to be in our actions and our way of seeing, creating and initiating a new way of feeling comfortable and feeling at home, and going through family matters and domestic issues and private matters, or whatever the case may be, dealing with home and familiar issues. Also, we're going to be dealing with the square to Libra and South Node and Lilith to the getting emotionally experienced as from the Sun and Cancer. So that's going to be our emotional creation and mental balance of our fears, desires, embarrassments, comfort, safety, security within our relationships and our way of relating, and you know what I'm saying. So our in way of relating, our ability to relate to. What we can move on from there is our solar expression. So this is like the fifth house aspect of this, the aspects and stuff of that nature. So with the trines is going to be is Aries, Leo, Aries, Chiron, North Node, to Leo, Mercury, Venus, and trining Sagittarius in the moon. So we got the power of influence and transmuting pain and suffering into healing and pleasure and spirit, and in our spiritual path and personal value and personal interests and issues. We got a lot of going on right there. So that's gonna be like we're gonna be expressing that through what we're communicating, and love and our value and our appreciation, pretty much, since this is like the Leo aspect of it. We're going to be expressing it in this way of our character, and the what we're going to be expressing, keeping flowing through the expression of Leo is the baton pass off to the continuation of the house cycle of our metaphysical travel on that expression, once it comes to not just within us but to outside of us too. So then we're going from esoteric to exoteric. That's the going from esoteric, subjective to objective, exoteric, and that's when we get into Sagittarius. With that solar expression, is going to be in a metaphysical travel and being able to be adaptable and seeing emotional reactions and responses. And since it will be dealing with it in the moon there, and what we also will be trying in would be the Sun in Cancer to Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. Since Neptune and Saturn in Pisces is going to be our emotional reflection in our actions and way of seeing and creating our emotional comfortability. Our solar expression is going to be in our spiritual transformation of our dreams, fantasies, imaginations, and delusions, and building on the reality of those faith beliefs and expressions in dreams, fantasies, imaginations, and delusions. And then as well as the area of, we got that big trine right there too right now with Jupiter and Gemini, Lilith and South Node and Libra with trining Pluto in Aquarius. And that's all going to be dealing with the start of our, see what I'm saying? This is our solar expression, but when it comes to the air, we're relating our frequency, our exoteric side of it. So this would be more of the esoteric side of it, the fire, and the exoteric side of it would be more of the air part. So that's going to be like our frequency of the creation and expanding and communicating, creating environment. And then our solar expression for what we're, our frequency of creation will be, is it's going to be in our desires and comfortability and security within creating and initiating a new way of, or initiating and creating being relatable. That solar expression would also be backed, also passing over time again from the house system to Aquarius with the power and control and celestial creation of fixated way of communicating and being individual with our associates, and couples. Okay, so there we can move on to, this would be now, so now we're basically about to go ahead and get to this part. So, okay, this is right here where, so we're expanding right now, right? So we're going through a bodily expansion, and this would be the 6th house aspect, because this is, I say it's the best part, what we're experiencing in real life right time right now. So that's why I said we are the stars, okay? The real meaning of the seasons is what we're creating, okay? The exoteric of reality, that's what's already being, it's made by the esoteric. So there we go right there, and we know that all for future references. Okay, so what we need to know now is during these quincunxes that we're going through right now, the main one would be the Sun in Cancer, quincunx the Moon in Sagittarius, which that's going to be basically what we using to get to this full emotional reflection, physical experience and balance when it comes to our actual status and what we known as, and being ambitious as, to be seen as, or stand on business as in our family, in our home, private domestic issues, and familiarity with our, see what I'm saying? Personal, outside life. It's going to be our personal life. It's going to be in our familiarity and in balance with our business life. So that's what the build up for this travel is, in our bodily expansion. So we're getting our nerves all, you know what I'm saying, fired up, juiced up for what we emotionally reflected on already, to be secure and to be when this full moon comes fulfilled and secured and stable in place for what we want to, see what I'm saying, go ahead and have for next month, which will be our celestial creation and solar expression balance. So between our celestial creation and our own solar expression, we have to balance that with everybody else. So what we're creating amongst the cosmos and amongst the collective and stuff of that nature. So you feel me? We're working up to getting into the expressive state side of feel me? The exoteric, objective, esoteric, subjective, always. So we're in the subjective still, but we're getting prepared to be going into the exoteric side of the seasons. So, okay. Got that out the way. So, what I was on was, okay, best part, yeah. So let's knock this out. So we can get this up and running. Like I said, got a lot of things coming and stuff of that nature. This will just be the transit for 7/18/24. Yes, Jupiter day, early morning. You feel me? Vibes type vibes and shit like that. So, but yeah. So let me finish this real quick, and then you know what I'm saying, we can get y'all about y'all's great, lovely, beautiful existence and that. Things of that nature. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're expanding our emotional reflection from what we had already been planted way back in Aries season, and yeah, taking it to the next level with our mind. We're bringing down and actually pulling through with the work and the curriculum, so we know what's going on. We actually have it in real time here. We see what I'm saying? Not so much it's a reality, so much as to say our dream is what we're making. See what I'm saying? So our dreams, we can make them reality too. Okay, and that's gonna be the reason why this is what we expanding on, because it's the opposite of the 6th house expansion from Cancer to opposite house would be from Cancer to Sagittarius would be Sagittarius to Taurus. So that's the 6th house of Sagittarius. So that would be, see what I'm saying? 10 houses away from Cancer. That's what we are already, our status is being seen as in reality what we expand on, because we have our expansion, bodily expansion from Sagittarius to Taurus, because that's where we're in our gifts and our individuality, uniqueness, and ability to be rebellious in that way of our path, and putting in a passionate and motive way with Mars and Taurus as well can come to the moon and Sagittarius. We're pushing out a responsibility of having our gifts be put in check, and now that we have that metaphysical travel in our mind, we're not stuck out in the rain anymore. We're getting up and moving. Everything's about to start, you see what I'm saying, shaking and moving. So we gotta take this mental, real good emotional reflection, metaphysical travel, and let that, see what I'm saying, vibrationally transform us, right, into what our status is, what we want to be seen as, and what we're working on as a parent. This dude over here. This little dude over here, man. Let's see if y'all can see him in the, man. Little bearded dragon dude. I get him on the camera next time or whatever the case. But yeah, real stuff, man. Right. That also the King comes from the emotional reflection we're having to our, we're creating celestially, is going to be being in a power and a transformative way of us releasing and letting go. So that's going to be our bodily expansion of our celestial creation and what we actually are all coming together to create as a universe. You see what I'm saying? So this right here is the transition of the seasons already. You're just planting more seeds. You see what I'm saying? We're swimming through the current, okay? We're riding the current, and this is just helping us to reflect on our emotions of what we actually created celestially. And so we expand on that though, okay? It's Jupiter Day. And the king comes from, say, Pisces to Leo. That's also going to be influencing us as well, because we're moving into Leo, which is, you see what I'm saying, the exaltation of Pisces. We also is in an expansion day, which Jupiter is exalted in Cancer as well. So that's giving us a lot of that energy to go ahead and just to expand out of our situations and the possibility to go forward in life and move past these whatever the emotional issues that may have been that we have been, you know what I'm saying, dwelling on, or whatever the case may have been. We had to transform that and through this moon in Scorpio. So Scorpio is showing us that yes, we can have that emotional rebirth, okay? We can have that emotional mental rebirth and come back and, see what I'm saying, snap back into action from, okay, we held on to it so long, we got to that space where we just exploded, okay? Moon is debilitating in Scorpio. That's cool. But look, we trying to move somewhere with it now. We trying to make money off of it now. You see what I'm saying? We trying to expand off this shit now. Like, what we gonna make out this shit? Okay, we gonna transmute it, or we gonna sit back and we not gonna let the current pass us? Is we? I don't know. Come on now. So yes, all that's gonna be leading us to our balance and with our oppositions, which, you know, that's definitely helping us too right now, which I did forget to write down, but I can just, you know what I'm saying, I like to write down for reference. That's just like for the archives, you feel me, man? The opposition of Jupiter in Gemini to the moon in Sagittarius, since that is what we got new on the day for the Jupiter Day menu, which the moon, I guess, I think will it be switching into Capricorn later? That who knows? Probably on Saturday, and that's actually really interesting. The moon is going to be debilitated on its on the Saturn day, so that's going to be on Capricorn's day and stuff. And because I think if it don't move in today on Friday, I mean, yeah, later today or oh, okay, yeah, it should move in on Friday, and then it won't be on Saturday. But that would have been cool though. But yeah, so the opposition of that would be the frequency of creation to our balance our metaphysical travel. See what I'm saying? And I mean, the frequency of our creation is going to be what our power of influence is to balance. Our metaphysical travel is going to be what our balance is to gonna be with our ability to balance that frequency of creation is. So with amongst the collective, you see what I'm saying? Esoteric to esoteric. See? Got it. Great. As far as the other balancing position is gonna be Leo to Aquarius and Pluto, and Leo and Mercury and Venus, which that's just, regardless of the planets, it's still a solar and celestial balance there going on. So from esoteric, solar, your own individuality, exoteric, amongst the collective, association, public, and your individual association, and amongst your like-minded thinking groups and things of that nature, your peers and stuff like that. So colleagues and stuff. And then we also are having that balance from the Aries North Node Chiron to the Libra South Node and Lily. I wouldn't worry too much really about that either, because we already like explained that we're doing the whole balance thing already. So like, this is what's helping us really. We're getting help from what our personal interests and what we're invested in to already communicate and relate to people. They're gonna know about this. They're gonna know astrology is in real time what we're creating, and we're already is bought into the exoteric reality from what we have made from the esoteric. So shout out to all the spiritual leaders and amazing, you see what I'm saying, spirits are that is making this world a better place and helping lead us into their age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? Maybe before I go, make sure I got it all. Yeah, okay. Famous my love fits. You feel me? Y'all stay spiritually protected. You feel me? Love y'all, man. And yeah, like I said, man, expand metaphysically on what you already had emotionally traveled on. So, because it all goes hand in hand. Right? We can relate them all to each other. So, you emotionally wanted to get in that space, you're eventually going to want to emotionally travel. Yeah. All right. Y'all have a great day.